you, Mr. Chair. With the A1 amendment, the bill before us today, Senate File 2383, appropriates $5.5 million in each year of the biennium to the Senior Nutrition Program and $2 million each year to provide support services, including assisted transportation, homemaker services, and outdoor chores. Programs providing meals for older and aging adults are grossly underfunded and not meeting the needs of today's population. Demands for meals continues to grow as our senior population increases. In the last biennium, I also carried the Senior Nutrition Program appropriation, which was the first time in 20 years that the program received increased funding. This year's bill demonstrates our continued commitment to senior nutrition. Lack of nutrition puts already vulnerable people at higher risk for illness, longer hospital stays, and higher levels of readmission. Malnutrition is complex and driven by multiple factors, and lack of access to nutritious meals is a key component. Meal programs are an essential part of sustaining the well-being of older and aging adults in Minnesota and contributes greatly to a thriving community. So I hope that we can support Senate File 2383, and I will turn it over to my testifiers.
Thank you. I have Ms. Simonson. Please introduce yourself for the record and proceed with your testimony.
Thank you, Senator McQuaid, and good afternoon, Chair Rasmussen and members of the committee. My name is Dawn Simonson, President and CEO of Trellis, and a co-chair of the Senior Meals and Services Coalition. Together, we support seniors trying their very best to live at home with chronic conditions such as arthritis and heart disease or following a stroke. Many do not drive, live alone, have difficulty shopping or preparing healthy food, and need help with laundry or cleaning. We catch these seniors upstream before they spend down to federal, state Medicaid-supported long-term care. And every service we deliver has the added value of reducing isolation. In the bill before you, our coalition asks your consideration to renew the $11 million biennial appropriation for meals and to fund at $4 million, the supportive services of assisted transportation, homemaker, and chore. The Minnesota Board on Aging voted affirmatively at its February 21st meeting in support of this request. Please consider the following. First, and as expected, Minnesota's older population has ballooned, outpacing youth, and stands now at over 1 million seniors, with nearly 10% living in poverty. Second, the demand for services has outstripped resources and providers have few choices. In the metro and elsewhere, providers are reducing the number of meals by at least 487,000 in 2025 and putting new clients on wait lists. In central Minnesota, providers are closing dining sites and eliminating meal routes. Assisted transportation and homemaker services are limited in most communities or are non-existent. Third, it's well understood that meals, rides, and in-home help are the core services that people need to age in place, and they are generally much less expensive than assisted living or nursing home care. Investing in these critical services must be a part of Minnesota's strategy to care for older adults. Thank you for hearing our bill and for considering the needs of seniors. They have contributed to our communities over their lifetimes.
Thank you for your testimony. Welcome to the committee. Please introduce yourself and proceed with your testimony.
Thank you. Thanks very much for letting me come talk with you in support of Senate File 2383. My name is Leah Wells, and I'm the CEO at Open Arms of Minnesota. For almost 40 years, Open Arms has been preparing and delivering medically tailored meals to vulnerable, sick, and food insecure Minnesotans. We prepare over 1 million meals per year in our metro area kitchens. And we deliver and ship those meals to thousands of Minnesotans, not only in the metro area, but also in rural counties who are living with life-threatening illnesses like cancer, heart disease, and more. We provide our clients with meals that are tailored specifically for their illness. So for instance, a low-salt DASH diet for our clients with cardiac issues or a dialysis-friendly diet for our clients with kidney failure. 80% of our clients are living with food insecurity as well as a critical illness. All of them depend on Open Arms because they are too sick to shop or cook for themselves. 1/3 of our clients come on service at risk for malnutrition, and over 77% of them improve or stabilize while on service. In 2024, state senior nutrition funds and other federal dollars helped Open Arms provide 316,000 meals to 1,623 clients over 60 years old. But as you have heard, current funding is not enough to serve all seniors in need. This week, Open Arms is providing meals to over 600 senior clients, but we have another 100 on our waiting list, and we turn away another 150 clients per month. These are food insecure, low income, often homebound and malnourished older Minnesotans. One of our clients, Julie, 67 years old, came on service after learning she had both cancer and congestive heart failure. With her health conditions and limited mobility, receiving meals from Open Arms has made it possible to manage her congestive heart failure. Her husband, Doug, has blood cancer, and getting weekly meal deliveries has allowed the couple to spend more time focused on their recovery and treatments. Another client, Gary, heavily relies on Open Arms meals because the VA home care just recently stopped offering grocery shopping services for clients, and Gary has very limited mobility. Investing in senior nutrition helps reduce hospital visits and nursing home admissions, and it saves the state money. Senior nutrition reduces malnourishment and can make the difference between living independently or needing more expensive institutional care that the state often has to pay for. It's not overstating to tell you that senior nutrition saves lives. I hear it from clients every day. So please help us save more lives with this funding, and thank you all for your time.
We also have a testifier joining us via Zoom, so we'll now go to Jeff Wyant. If you could introduce yourself and proceed with your testimony.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair and members of the committee. My name is Jeff Wyant. I'm the Senior Services Director here for Semcac. We're a Title III service provider in Southeast Minnesota with the mission of promoting the independence, dignity, good health, and well-being of older adults. Nutrition is a critical social determinant for older adults in Minnesota, and the service that we provide delivers a hot, nutritious meal to the homes of older adults or allows them to enjoy a hot meal and socialization at one of our dining sites. Semcac also provides transportation services through our assisted transportation program and support for older adults and their caregivers through our Caregiver Access and Information program. The daily check-in from a volunteer, the socialization at a dining site, and the nutritious meals that are provided, paired with the additional supports of transportation and to caregivers, allow our older adults to remain independent in their homes and active in their communities. Currently, we serve approximately 45 locations, with the majority of them being small, rural, and hard-to-reach communities. These communities are limited in the food resources they have, typically only having a small C-store or a small diner. The older adults that live in these rural communities deserve to have access to the same meals and services that are provided to all older adults across Minnesota. However, if reduction in services are needed, these remote communities will be the first to lose out on these critical services. Over the last 6 years that I have been in my position, the positive comments and testimonials have totaled in the thousands. However, there's one quote that always sticks with me showing how critical these services are. It's from a rural client in Mower County, and he stated, "These meals have been a blessing, but some days it's too hard to cook for just one person. And without these meals, some days I would just go without." Finally, our older adults are also key economic contributors to Minnesota. Older adults pay taxes, they volunteer, and they support our local businesses. Investments in these home-based community services will allow older adults to stay independent in their homes and vibrant parts of their communities while delaying the need for assisted living and nursing home facilities. Thank you for hearing and considering our bill so that we can continue to ensure the needs of our older adults are being met. Thank you for your time.
Any member discussion to the bill? Senator Grunhagen.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Chair. Yeah, thanks for the testimony. Say, just for the record, DHS did want to come up and defend itself, okay? I went and talked to those ladies. So maybe sometime in the future, we could have them up to give a different perspective on this Imagine thing, whatever that. And they do admit there's problems, okay? It's just by the time the testimonies were done, it got a little, but anyway. I always like to hear two sides of a story. Anyway, yeah, my question is, so this, how long has this program been going on?
Ms. Simonson.
Chair Rasmussen and Senator Grunhagen, the Federal Older Americans Act was established in 1965, and I believe Area Agencies on Aging, like my organization, it was 1973. So I think that the programs began shortly after that.
Okay.
Senator Grunhagen.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Chair. Yeah, thanks for that. And then how many people did you serve in 2024?
Ms. Simonson.
Chair and Senator Grunhagen, I have some information with me. This is a number from the Minnesota Board on Aging. So statewide, In 2024, their data indicate that senior nutrition programs served 41,784 people.
And was your budget $11 million at the time?
No, the budget is greater than that. There are federal funds and some base state funds.
Okay.
Senator Grunegan, any follow-up?
Yeah, just, so there's additional funds above the 11 million that you'd receive from
Ms.
the federal
Simonson?
government?
Chair and Senator, that's correct.
Okay,
Senator Grunegan, any follow-up?
I'll pass for right now.
Okay. I don't see any further member discussion. Senator McQuaid, any closing comments?
No, Mr. Chair, thank you so much to all the members, and this is just really important. If people can't eat, they can't stay in their homes.
Senate File 2383 is laid over for possible inclusion in the omnibus bill. Thank you, Senator McQuaid.